Oh, we're finally here. We are finally here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. As you can see, it's a Hornby product. And as you can see, it's Britannia. This is the highly detailed one. So this is the one that I was banging on about in the other Britannia videos. So I finally got round to reviewing her, and she is one superb locomotive. Let me tell you, I really do like this loco. As I said, this is the Triang Britannia is the one that got me into model railways, and this version, highly detailed. Look at the detail on it, it's stunning, and it's just a picture. I haven't even removed her from the box yet. Okay, let's have a look at the back of the box, because Hornby do this brief history. As you can see, it's a 7MT. This is a class 7, but also known as the Britannia class. Okay, so after the nationalisation in 1948, British Railways team was set up and headed by Robert Riddles to design a series of modern, versatile standard steam locomotives. And this one is the first one that he actually designed. So this is the first standard steam locomotive to be built by British Railways. This is the first one he built. Designed in Derby. Alright, okay. Yep, yeah, that's right. And she was built in Crewe. I was just going to say, yeah, designed in Derby. All 55 Britannia Express engines were built at Crewe between 1951 and 1954. I'm not going to read all of it, but if you wish to, let's try and get this in shot. Pause the video. There we go, you can. And then we move over to the other text. Number 70000, Britannia was completed on the 2nd of January 1951. Was the very first Britannia class locomotive to be built and set the pattern for naming the class. I'm not too sure, I don't know if it says it here, but from what I've been told, the name Britannia actually belonged to a Jubilee class locomotive. I'm not too sure on this, but correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, some of you people might be able to tell me. Is that the case? Was the name Britannia allocated to a Jubilee locomotive? So if so, please comment below and let me know. That would be nice. Obviously we know that Britannia is preserved, so she's still with us. We only have 2 Britannia class locomotives. Obviously Britannia, this one, and Oliver Cromwell, which is number 13 of the locomotive. Yeah, Oliver Cromwell, 70013. So yes, which is nice. Anyway, I'm rubbing it on again. Okay, as you can see, this is R2562, and it's a BR462 Pacific. It's a Pacific locomotive because that's the wheel arrangement. Britannia class locomotive, 70000 Britannia. And as you can see, she is DCC ready, which is nice. I'll remove the sleeving. I quite like this sleeving. So Hornby, if you're watching, yes, I do like that. Nice touch. Okay, it's the usual box, so let's open her up and see what we get. Okay. And we got the white card playing havoc with the autofocus as per usual. Remove that to reveal. Nice. To reveal the maintenance instructions, operation and maintenance instructions for Britannia class 7MT. 7MT, a mixed traffic. MT mixed traffic. Okay. And there's DCC ready, routine maintenance. Yeah, as usual really on the instructions. Just open her up because this is the first I've got on Britannia Locomotive. Obviously there's lubrication, so where the dots are, that's where you lubricate. Oh look, we got a plug. So we got a plug that connects to the tender. So my assumptions are that the decoder is in the tender for this model. Oh yeah, we got some optional separate fitting parts. And now this, okay, some people like this, some people don't, but I call this okay, sorry for the jump cut there. I'll get back to it. The packaging on this is split packaging, and I do like this style of packaging. I will actually talk about it a little bit more in detail in a bit. And obviously he's showing you how to remove the body and reassemble an assembly. By that looking, actually it looks like the, well, to the diagram here, the decoder's fitted in the locomotive. I haven't fitted a decoder to this yet. I'll look into that. Oh yeah, removable coal. And the braking rods. Yeah, nice. So that's nice to add to the collection of maintenance instructions, which is growing ever so big. Okay. DCC jacket. Comments please, people. Does anyone out there actually use this DCC jacket? Because a few people on YouTube actually talk about these and say, that they're useless because you're not supposed to cover up the decoders. You need air getting to them. You don't want to let them overheat because it'll ruin the decoder. But I tell you what, I actually make use of these. I don't know if you guys do. I actually cut these up and use them for insulating parts of a locomotive, especially on split chassis locomotives. Yes, you can use them for insulating parts, which is good. And also you can, if you wanted to, there's another little tip I've got for you guys. You can cut these up, and on the cab roof you can have that as a tarpauling, which they used to do on some locomotives. They'll cover up the cab to stop all the rain from getting in there, just an extra protection. You can cut them up and glue it, use the proper glue, but glue it underneath the cab roof, and that will go across to the tender and it will cover up, act as a protection for the crew, which is a good use for them, otherwise rendered useless. Okay, I'm chatting away still, and I hadn't even taken the model out of the box. I think we got some details there. It looks like here I've got some coal. I think that's the remover, yes. I've already opened this up. I have had this model for a while. So we've got a NEM pocket there, and a slimline tension lock, and some brake rigging. I haven't fitted that. I don't know why I haven't fitted that yet. But that's in there anyway, it's nice. I've actually had this model for a while. Right, to the packaging. Now, I do like this style packaging because I'm banging on about some models that Hornby put in their usual packaging and it does damage some of the detail. With this, take that side off, go along, take the other side off. Okay, hold it carefully, remove the plastic cover. Now turn it upright and then remove the top, and there you go. I think some of the details have fallen off of I've already added the coal into this model, by the way, so I think bits of the coal will come out, so I need to sort that out in a bit. But as you can see, she is one splendid locomotive. Right, I'm going to have to be very careful of taking her out because I have actually had this model for a while and I've added the details to her already. I can't remember if I left her connected or not. I'll get back to you on this one. Okay, I had to go off shot there. I've removed the tender because some of the coal inside it was still loose, and I need to put some diluted PVA glue in there to hold the coals in there. Because with this model, it come with like a sachet of real coal, which is really nice of Hornby. So I've added that to the tender. When I bring the tender onto screen, I'll show you what I mean. But let's have a look at this stunning locomotive. Obviously, there's no tissue paper here. We've got like a felt foam, polythene. I mean, sorry. So if I remove her from the tray ever so carefully, I think a bit of her detailings are detached, so I'm going to have to re-add that on as well. I think that's the fake coupler, so I'll reattach that. I have had this model for a while. I think I got her in 2007, something like that anyway. I do need to do some work on, sorry, I'll come off shot there. I do need to do some work on her because like I said, I've had her for a while. Let's remove the film, the polythene, and then let's see what we get. I have to be very, very careful with handling her. I've already added the front footsteps, so you would get you'll get a detailing pack, and I've already added them. I've already added the cylinder drain cocks there to the bottom of the cylinders, so I have already added them. I've added that vacuum tube in there, which needs, I think it needs re-gluing a little bit. And yep, and we get sprung buffers. Oh yes, it's a nice smoke box door there with a nice smoke box dart on the front, and that is not moulded, that is separately fitted, and that's exactly what I like. I like Hornby have done this. I do not like moulded darts. Some models I've had to remove the plastic moulding and gone for a brass etching kit and added my own, but Hornby have already done that for us, which is nice. I have to be very careful. I really can't wait to put her on the track. I'm gonna chip this locomotive as well, so nice boiler bands along there. There's rivet detail throughout. Some brass safety valves there, and also I think these open and close if I remember correctly. There you are, yes they do. You can see my big finger in the way, but they do, there we go. They do open and close. There we go, I've opened it up a bit more. As it is quite hot in there. Well, actually today is very hot outside. So yeah, I think they need, the crew need cooling down a bit. I mean, look at that linkage detail. Look at that. That is just superb. Look at all the pipe work along there. And this model does have glazed windows, so that's glazed and that's glazed. And this is a fixed real pony truck with a flat flange wheel. Can't remember if the model actually comes with a flanged one, I'm not too sure. But obviously you can see she's a 4/6 main driver wheels, 2 at the rear. And this plug, I've investigated, this is only for pickups, so there's extra pickups from the tender. That's the only, it's a smaller plug, you see. Right, here we go to the pièce de résistance. I have to be very careful. Oh, look at that. I don't know how well the camera's making this out, but look at that cab detail. I mean, that is amazing. You can see the dials up the top there. You can see the regulator in the corner. That is just out of this world. Hornby has done a. It's not. I have seen even more detailed cabs on some of my other locos, but this one, I'm sorry. This is again. This is a. I feel this coming onto a high scorer. Well, for me it would be, because this is my favourite locomotive. But Hornby have added the extra detail there. I mean, that is great. The number 70000. I mean, you've got kind of like a brass etched outline for the glazing there on the side. Metal handrails along the side, the boiler, exactly how it should be. This locomotive's just, oh. There you got some pipe work going up there. I don't know if the camera, yeah, there you go, that's better. I don't know if the camera's playing up a little bit today. I mean, this is just amazing. You got to be careful with the sandpipes down there. There's sandpipes there. I don't know if is the camera picking out. Can you see those sandpipes? I have to be ever so careful of handling her. I really do. I'm really getting my grubby mitts all over her. I know a better way. Let's have a closer look at her on the in the white room. Okay. Before we go to the white room, like I said, I have to be ever so careful because I have to re-glue some of this coal in. It's probably where it's been moved about a bit. You can see the real load of coal that I've added, which came in a little sachet with this model, which is really nice of Hornby to add, by the way, and adds an extra realistic touch. So I have to re-glue some of that. And as you can see, Hornby have added some details to the front of the tender too. I don't know if I have to be very careful. You can see the coal coming through. And you can see the red handling and the glazing at the side. All added detail. I mean, this is, and some transfers there. I don't know what that transfer says. I have to get a bit of a closer look at that later. But yeah, it's all there. I have to be very. It's gonna happen. I have to be very careful. Obviously, we got the early emblem on the side of the tender, and we've got some rivet detail and the lining around as we should. The wheel underframe detail, that is superb as well. I do like that. The Hornby have done a great job there again. There's some piping underneath there as well, which I'll show you in more detail. And obviously we got some sprung buffers. I have to be careful not to let the coal fall out. I've got a ladder and under there is, I'm not going to return it upside down, but there is some brake rigging underneath already fitted. I've already done that. But also there is some vacuum tubing that I just need to refit it. And I did say sprung wethers, didn't I? Yep. And also an M pocket goes under there for the coupler, for the small tension lock coupler, which is nice. We've got some railings up the top as well. Some railings along here. There's added extra metal railing. That is superb. Oh yeah, and also, like I said on the Triang, we got some railings there on the Triang one that was moulded, and we got some railings there. The camera can make that out, and up the top as well. And also a little handle to open up the hatch for the water filler. I mean, that is just immense. I love this. It's superb detail. Well done on this highly detailed model, Hornby. I really am impressed. Let's have a bit of a closer look at her. Okay, you join me in the white box. Obviously you can see I've already added some details. I've reattached the fake screw link coupler that you get with this locomotive in the detailing pack. I've attached it with a little bit of tacky wax, and that vacuum tubing was already on there, but I think that I fitted that as well. Also there's like a guard, was it guard valance or something like that? There's like a guard that protects the screw link coupler, which is behind it. There's a little plastic guard which is already attached, which I fitted as well. Also I've already fitted the footsteps that are already on this model, which I fitted in the detailing pack, and obviously sprung loaded buffers. And by the way, this model is very heavy. I forgot to mention that. She is quite heavy. I mean, a lot of weight to her, and that's all good because that will aid for the traction. So hopefully she'll be able to pull heavy trains. Okay, let's go up to the smoke box door. Obviously I did speak about the moulded, not the added smoke box dart, which I like that touch. And obviously also I forgot to mention, if you can see here, we got some lamp hook brackets. There we are. I am considering fitting some working lamps to this model, so I might do that. So I can add the lamps in any configuration I want, depending on what type of train I wish her to pull. Also, I don't know if you can make it out here, we've got some metal handrails. So there's a nice handrail there, and a nice metal handrail goes around the smoke deflector, which you'll see in a closer shot due course time. Also behind there, you could just make it out, there's some steps to get up on the running plate, which is nice. And we'll go up a little bit higher. Obviously we get the metal handrail on the smoke box door, and plus another lamp hook or name board hook. You can put a name board on there as well. And as you can see, the riveting around the smoke box, which is nice. That is great. Superb added detail, I tell you. Really nice. Okay, let's move on. So obviously we can see we've got a printed name plate on there. I am going to purchase some brass etched nameplates from Fox Transfers. A link right there. And also, let's get back to the review. I've also added, you can see the draincock pipe detail. I've added that. It's a nice bogey. Hornby have really done a nice job on this, I tell you. I'm really impressed. And nice correct valve gear arrangement as well. If we let's move along. Also, we've got a nice orange lining that goes all the way around, and also orange lining along the pistons there. If we move the camera up, obviously we can see the chimney there. I'm not too sure. I might do, I might not. I might actually add smoke to this one. So I think actually I might actually do that. I'll add a smoke unit and some working lamps on the front. The camera's going a bit blurry there. So that'd be another project for me to do, which I will do. I'm not going to add sound to this because there's another Loco I'm going to talk to you about in another review about that. So I'll let you on to something that's coming up in the future. So obviously we can see some rivet detail going along the smoke box, which is nice, and also you can see a whistle. I mean, that's I think that's separately attached. There's a bit more of a detailed whistle than the last Britannias we looked at, and obviously it's some like copper piping going around there as well, which is nice. I'll move the camera along a bit more. So obviously we can see here we got the boiler bands, which should be orange, black, orange. I can't remember if I said something different in the previous review in the other trying Britannia, but yes, it's orange, black, orange boiler bands, and they're separately applied, which is nice. It's exactly how it should be. And also you got a metal handrail that goes along the boiler, which is nice. Brass turned safety valves just up the top there, which is nice. And we go down. Sorry about the dodgy camera work. If I go down a bit more, this is what I wanted to point out. We got the brake block details. So here, I'm getting used to this. Here we got where the brakes are applied to the wheels, and underneath it we've got sandpipes, and you got another sandpipe there as well, and another sandpipe there, and another one. Don't know if the camera there. Okay, so yeah, we have to be ever so careful not to snap those, so I have to be very careful when handling her. But yes, all the details are all there. I mean, this is a superb locomotive. Let's go to the cab and the firebox. Obviously, beneath the I think there's a. I'll try and remember the name for the rear truck here. It's I think it's an Italian name, Cotati, Cotati or something like that. Something like that. Anyway, I'll try and look it up. But there's a name for the rear bogie on locomotives. That is nice. That's a solid fitting, and it's got a flat flangeless wheel. So going around curves shouldn't be a problem. But on this model, no tighter than second radius curves. So second and above. I'll probably run this on third and fourth, and even shallower curves like Pico, you know, because that's flexi track and everything. So I'll probably run it on shallow curves. Well, it will be on the proper layout because that's all. Well, I'll mention to you about the layout in another video. But anyway, you can see some nice white piping that goes beneath there, which is really nice, and some copper piping there, which is depicted out. All the pipework all seems to be depicted out. I mean, the pipework goes along across the boiler anyway, firebox. So pipe work going across the firebox, all depicted out. And we've got some pipe work here as well, and pipe work here. You can see all our workings. Alright, and you can see some glazing, so there's glazed cab windows. Alright, let's have a look. Well, before we look at it, you can see the number printed. Obviously it's printed number. Right, let's have a look at the cab details. Okay, I did also mention about this socket here is just for pickups. So the decoder is located in the locomotive itself. So this is just for the pickups. So the rear of the locomotive, well, the cab side of the locomotive, the firebox, it's got some rivet details down below, which is nice. So let's have a look at the cab itself. I mean, look at that. I mean, the detail in that is amazing. I think I need to get the camera a little bit more. Okay, we're back in to the cab now. Now we've got a better view. So you can see all the dials there as well, that's nice. And all the pipework depicted out. And also you can see the water filler glasses there, one and one there. And the valves that operate them. I think that's the regulator there on the red. And I think that's the reverser, I'm not too sure. But it's all there, it's all depicted out. I really do like the job they've done on this cab. I mean, there are other models that I do own that have a much better detailed cab than this, but still, for this one, I do like the cab detail. It's really done well. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we're still at the cab, and also I'd like to mention that I did move these in the unboxing part review. So these cab roof doors do slide, so they slide open. So I have opened them up a little bit more, and obviously you got some nice rivet detail on the cab roof. I mean, there's a lot to be said to this locomotive because it's really stunning. Also, I forgot to mention the fine handrail that goes around. You just see it there, which is nice. And let's move on to another part. Okay, as you can see again on this side, we got the copper piping all marked out and painted. That's just nice, and also the white piping, which is all marked out. All finely added detail. So it's separately fitted pipework there, and it's also painted, which is a nice feature to have on this fine model. And also, like I said, again, we've got the nice a metal handrail going along, which is nice, and a nice representation of the valve gear. I mean, this model, I mean, if you can, there is a couple reproductions. There's one in black, she's in prototype black, and also another re-release of this model. This one is the 2007 version. So I've had this since 2007. As soon as it came out, I got it. So before I was making videos, I purchased this locomotive. So they are still available, and if you see one, I highly recommend them. Sorry about that, I'm trying to get my words out. I really do recommend these Britannias. You don't have to really get Britannia, you can get Britannia Class. There are other names that you can get hold of. There is a few that I already have, and you will be seeing reviews on those in due course time. So I think I know what I'm going to do here is take her out of the white room and put her on the track and see how she performs. But just before I actually do that, I've just remembered I've forgotten to look at the tender. Okay, now on this part I forgot to mention, obviously on here we've got the hooks We got one for furthest away and one for close coupling. I mean, the close coupling is if you've got really shallow curves, or if you're just displaying it in a cabinet, you can put her on the last hole there, and that will bring the model quite close and realistically close coupled, which is nice. But like I said, you've got shallow curves, you can get away with it. If you haven't, you have to go on the end one, which is nice. It's a nice feature to add anyway. Right, okay, we got some coal coming out, which I already added, and also some levers. There's a couple of levers there, and some transfers. I'm going to see if I can zoom in on those transfers and see if this camera can depict them. Okay, let's have a look. I think that's about as far as I can get it. I'm not too sure how well it's picking out, but that lever there says water, and the other one says handbrake. So I'm not too sure how well the camera's picking it out. If you could read it, then please let me know, because I can sort of see it on the viewfinder, but I don't know how it's going to turn out. But anyway, yep, that's nice. Okay, as you can see at the side as well, we got some glazing which is added, which is nice. There's another feature that we didn't get on my Hornby 1995, well it's Hornby 93 model, and on the Tri model. And also we got a little like a hole there which stores all the fire irons and shovels and other accessories in there, which is nice. And as we go around, let's move the tender around. As you can see, we've got some nice rivet detail along the side of the tender, and a nice livery application. I can't spot any faults in the livery, to be honest. It's quite a nice bronzic green application. And also we got a early crest on the early emblem on the side of the tender, which is nice. It stays with the prototype as well, and also nice underframe detail as well, which is all there. It's all depicted. I don't know if the camera can zoom in on it a bit more. We've got all the springs. We've got all the springs and the axle boxes there, which is nice. We've got some pipe work that goes underneath, which is all there. Okay, let's move on. Also, I'm not going to turn the tender upside down because some of the coal might fall out. But as you can see through there, there is a water scoop as well. Some ladders at the end. Let's turn around. You can see the brake rigging that I've already added. I've already done that, and metal sprung buffers. Obviously, we got some separately fitted lamp hooks there, and a nice ladder that goes up. And we'll move up. Okay, I'm not too sure exactly what the transfers say. I think that's the tender. I think that's the design of the tender. I think it's a BR1A, I can't remember, and the water capacity on the tender as well. And obviously we've got the handrails at the side there, and then handrails going along there, and then the ladder, all rivet detail. More handrails up the top, handrails at the sides there and there, and obviously a little handle for the water filler. All added detail. And obviously there's the coal that I've realistic coal that I've added. I just need to glue it in a bit more, and that's it. It's just a nice model. There's only one thing for it. Let's put her on the track and see how well she runs.